All right, so it is the Monday after trail days. I've spent the past few days in Damascus enjoying the town. We had originally gotten dropped off or picked up at Sam's Gap, spent a night at Nature's Inn, then moved up to Uncle Johnny's for a night, where we then shuttled up to Damascus. So I am now back at Sam's Gap. I got about 24 miles, I guess, until I get back to Uncle Johnny's, and then hopefully I'll be able to catch up with some of my friends that I left. Some of them, they yellow blazed through this little 24-mile section, but not that I'm a purist by any means, but I know that this is a section that I'll never come back for, so I like to go ahead and just do it. It was easy to get back. There was a church there in Damascus that was offering free shuttles and that were able to take me back to this gap, so really was no reason not to do it, but should be a long day. I was able to get a brace and new insoles while I was in Damascus. So hoping that will help my feet. My ankle, I found out from the med camp that it actually has a fusion issue. I guess as a baby, it didn't fuse properly. And so that's why I've been having so many issues with that ankle in particular. But should be a good day. Looking forward to it. It's going to rain in the afternoon. Hopefully not too long. I'll probably just find shelter and have lunch when that happens. So let's get after it. I want to apologize to everyone in advance. I did very little filming while at Trail Days. There's so much going on, but it was a really fun time. They had lots of vendors and tents set up. A lot of the famous YouTubers were there. That was kind of fun to run across them and say hello. The parade was a blast. There's just so much going on. The tent city was pretty crazy, not gonna lie. I spent the first night there, and then we had an Airbnb in town. Was able to spend some time in town and kind of away from all the craziness, but they did a bonfire, I believe both nights, with the drum circle, which is obviously everyone's favorite part of the tent city time, but very, very interesting. The community around here is just insane. The hiking community is something that you wouldn't even know existed until you're out here and being a part of it. All right, so there's actual trail magic here on the trail. So someone came and said, "Trail magic from the Woof. Please enjoy and let us know who you are. Comments are welcome." They got some fruit, they got some string cheese, they got some strawberries, banana, cookies. It's awesome. This is the top Big Bald Mountain. See some nice views. It's a little overcast today, but you can see the trail continues over this way. So we got probably half mile, maybe a mile of being up atop the Bald. Hopefully the weather stays all right. Don't ever let anyone say that hiking isn't difficult, because you're basically hiking a half marathon to a marathon every single day for 6 months straight. It is not easy. And there's a big difference between walking on concrete, walking on the sidewalk, and walking on a trail. You go much, much slower. You need to watch your steps, right? There's roots, there's rocks everywhere. You're going uphill, you're going downhill. Sometimes it can become very, very steep up. And what's worse is when it's really, really steep down. You're literally taking steps. You have to stop to take a monster step down. It can be very, very difficult. So just a warning for any of y'all that are wanting to do a through hike. It's difficult. All right, well, it's 7:10. I'm about 1.5 miles away from the shelter, so hoping to get in there before 8. It is very painful on my ankle, but there's no places to set up camp. We're kind of on a ridge here, so that's gonna force my hand here, but I'm proud of myself. It'll be a new record. I think it's 18.5. I gotta look it up officially, but yeah, this was a long day. I got started at 8. I'm going to end at 8, 12 hours, 18 miles, about 1.5 hours per mile. So I can't wait to be in camp. Set up my tent, eat some dinner, and pass out. All right, well, I am tearing down camp at the No Business Shelter. I ended up getting in. I was the last one to get into camp. I had about 20 minutes left before the sun went down, and I was able to cook some dinner, get my camp set up, and passed out almost immediately. Was definitely the last one out of camp. By the time I even got out of my tent, everyone was gone, as you can see. But that's all right. I think it was probably dumb of me to push those miles. It was nice to know that I could do it, but really there's no reason to, and it's probably just gonna hurt myself. So I'm starting to think, I just gotta accept that I can't do those big miles quite yet. There's my ankle, physically the bones has an issue where I just can't. It's gonna get really, really sore after 8 to 10 miles, and it might push higher, but there's no rush to Katahdin. Worst case, if it starts getting closer to October 15th before they close, I can always just scoot up, finish Katahdin, come back down and finish those miles. So I just got to remind myself this isn't a race. People will come and go. I don't need to try to keep up with other people's miles either. So I think today I'm going to do the 6 miles into Uncle Johnny's. I'm going to do my resupply. Depending on how I feel, I might stay there, or I'll just try to do a couple more miles and get back on trail. But after that, I'm going to really plan to only be doing 12 miles at the most every day for the next week or so. So it's a bummer, but I'd rather enjoy it out here than be pushing and be absolutely miserable. So. All right, so back on the trail after spending an additional night at Uncle Johnny's. I just did a Nero yesterday, did about 6 miles, but here we go. So the AT likes to play this little joke on everyone, where as soon as you get into a town, you end up having a massive climb up and out. And it seems like that is always the worst time, because now you have a full pack. It's very heavy. Now you got to carry it all uphill. Such a shame. I will say this too, I feel good today. My feet feel great for some reason. I think only doing the Nero yesterday helped a lot. Maybe pushing hard, doing the 18 2 days ago, and then allowing to kind of rest after strengthening up. I don't know, maybe that helped. Still got the brace on, but and we'll see how I feel in like the next 10 miles. But energies are up. I've got plenty of food in my belly and in my pack. But yeah, I'm excited to be back on trail. My energy is high, and just excited for the day. It's starting a little late, 11 o'clock, but I can knock out these 12 miles hopefully before 8. So this is the first rhododendron that I've seen on the trail that's actually bloomed. As you can see, they're really pretty. All through Georgia, it was just the leaves, and now we're actually getting the flowers on them. It's really cool to see now. As you see, this is kind of what they look like before they bloom. So they're really excited to have this whole area just be filled with the purple flowers there. Look at me, a few weeks ago I didn't even know what rhododendron was, and now I'm an expert on them. The trail out of Irwin so far has been incredibly rocky and a ton of roots all over the place. So it has made it very difficult to try to step flat on flat ground. I've been having to go very slow. So I don't know if I'll be able to make, I think it was 16 miles total to get to the next shelter, and that's likely where my little group of friends are at. At 12 miles, there is a good tent site, which I guess that is likely going to be where I end up, just due to me having to hike so slowly today, unfortunately. But that's all right. I'll make up, hopefully, the time tomorrow. All right, so I just got up to the Beauty Spot Mountain, which was an awesome view. And a funny thing is, some of my buddies were all up there. They're actually going to plan to camp up there, and I let them know about the thunderstorms. Sounds like they're going to try it out, which I would not recommend for them, but I'm going to go just the 2 extra miles, 2.5 to the tent site. That's what seems like a lot of the folks are doing. It's a little higher elevation, but it's under the tree line, so I feel a little more comfortable with being there than out on the bald or something like that. So, whoa, snake. All right, maybe I should put my phone down because I almost just stepped on a snake right now. It looked like probably adolescent copperhead. I didn't get a really good look at it, but I actually got hit by a copperhead or tagged by one about 1.5 years ago, and my foot swelled up for about 3 weeks, so I'm not a big fan of them. But maybe I'm a little immune now because of it. So, all right, I'm gonna put this away now.